Everyone, it's Farmer Emma, and today we're going to do some fun and Christmas enrichment for our meerkats. So I've got them a nice elf pack, which I'm going to fill with some of their favourite snacks, and then I've got just some very basic egg boxes, which I'm going to show you how they can use those as enrichment. So the food that I've got them today is actually their normal diet. However, it's important that we do allow them to display their natural behaviours by presenting it in different ways to allow them to use their adaptations they've got. And I'll explain all about that as we go and see them. But for now, let's head out and see what they think. So it looks like we've picked the windiest day to do this, but they still look happy to see me and happy to see what I've got, especially here. So I'm expecting them to be very excited. I'm expecting there to be a little bit of fighting between them to get to the best bit of food, but then they should all figure out how it's working and figure out who's getting to what first. So they beat me to it there. They are definitely interested in this food that I've put out for them and this enrichment device. So it's a very, very simple form of enrichment. We can do this with many of our species at the farm. However, it does allow them to display some of their natural behaviours and the adaptations that they use to survive out in the wild. Their natural adaptations, such as their long, slender nose, which helps them to get into small areas where insects may have dug underground. So their nose is not only long and slender to help them get into those areas, so as you can see here, they are getting into these small gaps to get this food. They also have a really, really strong sense of smell. So they will be able to sense insects even underground, which most of them are under there. Once those insects are underground and they can smell them, they need to get to them. So they have some really, really long front claws, which helps them dig underground to get some of those insects. So with them having long claws to dig, they're doing a lot of digging, a lot of dusty sand and dirt around, potentially into their eyes and ears. So what they have a membrane, a special membrane over their eyes to prevent dirt going into them so they can always see, which is really, really important for meerkats as they're always on the lookout for predators coming from above in the form of hawks or eagles, or from the ground in the form of servals and jackals. So not only do they have to use their eyes in search of predators, they also have to use their ears. So when they're digging up that dirt and sand, it may get stuck in their ears. But what they have, a special adaptation to help them close their ears completely when they're digging to stop all of that dirt going in so they can hear really, really well. Which is really, really important, not only for hearing predators, but for hearing the alarm calls that the other group are making if a predator is present. And the final adaptation that I'm going to tell you about for these guys, which again helps them in search of predators mainly up in the sky, is the black rings that they've got around their eyes. They work as sunglasses. So like we wear sunglasses to stop the blaze from the sun, that works for them. So they can always be looking up into the African sun and they don't have to worry about them not being able to see properly. So next up, we're going to give them something a little bit more exciting and Christmas themed because it is that time of year. So they look to have enjoyed the enrichment I've given them here, and it's been really, really good to show you some of those adaptations that they help to survive in the wild. But we're going to get some Christmas enrichment. So this is a nice elf hat that I've got here. I'm going to fill it with the rest of their snacks and we'll see what they think. So they seem to have enjoyed the Christmas enrichment that we've given them, although we could probably do with a bigger hat. They seem to have got a little bit, well, you can only really fit two in there. Now, I don't know if you heard there, but there is definitely a more dominant one within the group there. So they're just sort of shouting at each other, making sure that they know who's boss, they know who's getting that food first. But the rest of them have all now made their way in and they're all getting a nice even amount of food. So I hope you've enjoyed this little update on our meerkats. Thank you very much for watching and we'll see you next time.